Intrusive thought. Hi, could you ask Kevin Nash what's his favorite song? Also, if he was 25 years old, some indie wrestler, would he sign with WWE or AEW? I always appreciated his take on anything wrestling and Scott Hall's. They both have a wrestling brain. So do I need to ask you if you were an indie wrestler, would you rather sign with WWE or AEW? Or do we pretty much
I don't
have
know.
that?
I don't know. I was never an indie wrestler. I got signed immediately. Yeah, there's no comparison.
Right. Do you have a favorite song? A favorite anything is hard to answer, but right now, what are you going to put
I,
on driving home?
whatever's on the radio.
What station?
I'll probably put. I think the R&B stations. I was listening on the way down.
Maybe.
The Isley Brothers were on. Who's that
Very
lady?
good. A few bars, perhaps?
Who's that lady? I always like I love the Isley Brothers, but I always love the Isley Brothers guitar player. It's a different that R&B guitar that
Wah, wah, yeah. What effect is that? Is it like a flange or something? See, we need tea for these
I've
things.
seen. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen them. I've seen them live several times, and yeah, the Isley Brothers are.
All right, someone from the audience, step up, take a mic. Did you get to keep anything from the movie set when you were Super Shredder?
Nope. I tried to steal the helmet and did not get set with it.
Mm. Did you get any cool merch from any of the films? Any of your not merch, but
On Magic Mike XXL, Tarzan carries a camouflage backpack throughout the movie from town to town, and I took that.
okay.
They gave it to me, so I have that. I actually travel with that. So if anybody ever sees me with I may actually have it tomorrow if I don't get done with this show and call my buddy in Maryland and say, "Fucking, I'm sorry."
Okay. Another question from the house. Tyler Blair. Thoughts on Stevie Richards? His thoughts on the business and yours seem fairly aligned. Also love his analysis and breakdowns of the moves and fitness. What do you think of Stevie?
Boys gotten along with him. I mean, no matter what I say, they're gonna say never had a problem with Stevie Richards. So
You should just dog him for the fuck of it. Let's go to admin who sent in a question. Now that it's all settled, is there any wrestling comparison to this election cycle, kayfabe or behind the scenes?
what?
Well, it got a little promo-y sometimes, if that's what you mean. Comparisons between.
No.
Do they like each other behind the scenes? Is all this warring just for the
it's
show,
just-
for political advancement?
I hate when people fucking try to equate pro wrestling to fucking life. It's nothing like it. I lived life. I was a pro wrestler. There's no comparison.
Very
When
good.
when you lose a fucking match in pro wrestling, you just go to the next town. When your candidate gets fucking shellacked, you feel like shit.
Very
I lost the world title after having it for a fucking year. Got up the next day, fucking had steak and eggs. Not a big deal. Bag was lighter.
Well, I think there's a culture around wrestling too. It is kind of you're kind of in a different world when you're in wrestling, a little bit, right? Your handshakes. Preston Fabry, have you ever had a close personal friendship and due to the other party being too prideful, shameful, or embarrassed to admit their mistakes or faults, any wisdom on this topic would be closer? I'm missing the question here. Have you ever had a close personal friendship and due to the other party being too prideful, shameful, or embarrassed to admit their mistakes or faults, any wisdom on? I guess lost a friend based on this.
I'm
Anyone too prideful to hang with Kev?
no, it's like it's your job as the other part of the fucking friendship to call a motherfucker out. Hey, dude, you're being a dick. What's with the? You're too prideful. You're too this. You're too that. Just
Right.
if you want to fucking keep a relationship going, I mean, you call the motherfucker out. If not, then who wants to be a friend with a bitch anyway?
Very good. Generation Y asks, my dad always brought up dropping acid and going to watch WWF at the Capitol Center back when he was a teenager. Apparently, watching Randy Savage cut a promo while on acid was fun. And my dad once heckled Bobby Heenan by making a comment about him being fucked in the ass by Greg Valentine. Well, who didn't? Slurs were used, etc. He noted Heenan got to about the comments being said. Has a heckler ever said anything that got to you during a performance? Anyone from the audience, not a physical thing, but a verbal thing, ever knock you off your game?
Not that I could. No,
All part of the show?
I don't really pay. It's
Can you even hear them?
not. I don't. It must have been. I mean, I've worked some TVs at WCW where there might be 1,000 people. I mean, it's center stage and shit, but they've always done the interviews. It's no.
Mm.